Remains of a holy mammoth and rhino found on Devon town. The remains of a holy mammoth, rhino, bison, wolf, and hyena have been found in a cave system uncovered by an excavator during the construction of a new town in southwest England. Experts say the find at Sherford, a 5,500-person building on the outskirts of Plymouth, is remarkable and offers a stunning look at the megafauna that has been orbiting present-day Devon for 30,000 to 60,000 years. More than 200 piles of bones have been carefully removed from the cave and are being studied to try to paint a picture of what life was like in England during the Ice Age. Samples taken from the site so far show partial remains of a holy mammoth, including tusk, molars, and other bones. Partial remains of a holy rhino, including an incomplete skull and a mandible. Almost complete wolf skeleton. Remnants of some hyenas, horses, wild beasts, mountain rabbits, and red foxes. Bones of various small mammals such as bats and shrews. Additional small mammal bones are expected to be identified during the laboratory analysis after excavation. It is uncertain whether all the creatures found at Sherford coexisted or lived in different locations for a longer period of time. One theory is that some creatures fell into the pit and couldn't escape, and carnivorous scavengers followed and suffered the same fate, or the animal died elsewhere and had its bones stranded in the area for a period of time. Understanding the diversity of mammals that existed, especially herbivores, will also provide an idea of the plants that may have existed at that time. Daniel Scove, professor of quaternary science at Royal Holloway University in London, was one of those who crawled into the cave to help oversee the restoration work. It's really unusual to go into a cave and find the remains of things like mammoth wool tusk, he said. This is very special. Scurv said it was perhaps the most significant find of its kind since the discovery of the caves with Mitnor in Devon more than 80 years ago. Animal bones and environmental samples are taken and removed from the ground and subjected to scientific analysis and conservation. The entire archive of remains is expected to be returned to Devon under the care of the box, the renovated Plymouth Museum. The developer says the area where the remains were found will be preserved and nothing will be built on it, but the entrance to the cave will be sealed. Rob Baum, managing director of Orion Heritage and lead archaeologist at the Sherford Consortium project, said this is an extraordinary discovery of national importance, a once-in-a-lifetime experience for those involved. Finding such a collection of artifacts that had not been touched for so long was rare and special. Bond says southwest England was very different from the time of the mammoth. It was an area where mammoths and other creatures bred and traveled long distance in a landscape that looks very different from today, with glaciers not far from South Wales and a changing climate that is prone to major flooding. Duncan Wilson, CEO of Historic England, said, "This discovery is extraordinary. The discovery of a partial remains of such biodiversity here in Devon give us a bright picture of the animals that roamed the British Ice Age thousands of years ago and a better understanding of the environment and climate at that time." Thanks.